Welcome to the first ever episode of the D&G Show with your hosts, Gabe and Devin. I'm super
What's
pumped
up,
for this
guys?
one. Thank you for joining us. We are going to be talking all things NFL. We're going to be giving our NFL predictions for the upcoming season. And I know that we are both super hyped on this one.
Super,
So
super hyped.
why don't you go ahead, Dev, and give a little bit of an introduction, and we will get right into the video.
Perfect. So yeah, my name's Devin. This is something, I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I know you've been wanting to do for a long time, and
Definitely.
so we're definitely super excited to start this, and we're like 12 days away from the NFL season, so there's nothing better than this time of the year. So yeah, let's get it going, man, for sure.
Yeah, it's the best time of the year, man. Football is right around the corner, and I know for all the football fans, we are itching for kickoff. So let's just dive straight into the first prediction of the season, which is the AFC East. I
AFC
will
East.
let you take the floor on this one, as we all know, or we're all going to get to know who Dev's favorite team is. But take the floor on this one, bro. Where do you see this division finishing from 1 to 4?
First, I do think the Buffalo Bills are going to win this division. I am a Buffalo Bills fan. They've put me through heartbreak the last couple years, but I do think this is a very good team. My scary thing about this is for the Bills to go far and do good again this year. I think the receiving core. I think someone needs to step up. Um, so that would be like a scary thing is like who is going to step up? Because, yeah, Khalil Shakir is a very good receiver, but I just think we need another guy to step up. Is it going to be Keon Coleman? We just got Elijah Moore in the off season, so it's tough. And, tight ends, Kincaid, is he going to step up? So I think that's the biggest thing for the Bills. I'm very happy that we got James Cook back. That was a little bit scary too, almost losing him. But
Definitely.
yeah, I think the offense is very good in Buffalo, and I think we have a super underrated offensive line. And I know a lot of people have been saying that the Bills' defense is just not all there this year. I completely disagree. I think Buffalo's defense is great, and I think bringing in Joey Bosa, if he can have a healthy season, I think him and Russo on the ends would be a very scary duo for this year's season. And yeah, I think Buffalo should. I wouldn't say easily, but I think they should take this division, and I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Um, so you want to go?
No, yeah. Let me just ask you a question, Dev. I know we're gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into
yeah.
the other teams in the division, and I agree. I think the Bills are by far and away the best team in this division. But I know you said a little bit about, and we're gonna get into like where we think these teams are gonna end up, like AFC Championship, whatever. What's
Yeah.
your opinion on Sean McDermott? I mean, he's been really close. The Bills in general have been really close now. Obviously, coming up short a few times against the Chiefs, whatever. It's the same old story. What do you think about this guy as the head coach? Do you think if he doesn't get over the hump this year, then you have to turn your head to a different coach? Do you think it's his last chance with Josh Allen at the helm? Like, where would you kind of see Sean McDermott and his future with the Buffalo Bills?
I would say if we don't get over that hump this season, I say that's the end of the road of the Sean McDermott era. I think this is his season, and if he doesn't get it done, if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, I think that's it with Sean McDermott. I don't necessarily say he's a bad coach. I think he's a solid coach in the league, but there's just a few things throughout the years of him being the coach of the Bills that I question a lot, and some of those were big things that happened to us, and
Yeah,
some of it made us lose games, and you know what I mean? So I think he is a good coach, but I think if he doesn't get it done this year, I think this is his last run if we don't get it done. So I would say, yeah, he'd be gone
so
for sure.
do you think he has to win the Super Bowl, or would you say just getting to the Super? Because I feel like it's hard to fire a guy. Let's say you guys get to the Super Bowl and you lose to, let's just say, the Eagles or something, and it's a close game. I understand there still might be that conversation, but do you think he has to win it, or do you think getting to the Super Bowl is enough to give him another shot at it the following season?
I think just getting there should be enough to keep the guy around.
Agreed.
Like that's our biggest
Agreed.
thing is like we every year we're always a top team in the AFC and we could just never get it done. And I think if we could just get to the big game, even if
Yeah,
we lose, I think he should keep his job. But that's the biggest thing. Getting over that hump is making it to the Super Bowl, and it's just we've came so close, but some of it's fallen on his hands, to be honest. And yeah, if he doesn't make it to the big game, I think he's gone.
I agree. Okay, so we both have Buffalo at number one in the AFC East, of course. Where do you have the other three teams in this division?
So at number two, it might come as a surprise, but a lot of people have been talking good about this team, and I 100% agree, and that's the New England Patriots.
Okay.
I think the New England Patriots are a very, very well-rounded team, and this might come as a hot take, but not only do I have them finishing second in the division, I have them making the playoffs this year. So, yeah, I think New England's a very good football team. And I'm excited to see what Drake May can do with Stephon Diggs. Hopefully,
Yep.
a healthy season from Stephon. He's not going to put up the numbers he used to in Buffalo and Minnesota,
course.
but I think he staying healthy. I think Drake May's a good quarterback for him. Kind of plays a little bit like Josh Allen. I
Yeah.
think that's a good quarterback receiver duo. And like, they have a good they did good in the draft. They beefed up their front seven. They did very good defensively in the draft, and I really, really like that. So yeah, I think New England's a very well-rounded squad, and I think they can do some serious damage this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I have them number two as well. I don't know if I'm as high as you are on Drake May, to be completely honest. I have them
Okay.
number two for a couple reasons. I don't think the Jets and the Dolphins are good at all, to be completely honest. Obviously, the
Yeah.
Jets losing Aaron Rodgers, not that it's much of a loss with all due respect, because he was never really healthy, and when he was healthy, he didn't look good.
Yeah.
The Dolphins, I don't think, are going to have a good season. I have lots of question marks about
Oh,
Tua
tons.
and his health. What kind of season do you get out of the weapons around him? The reason I'm so high on the Patriots, again, I do like Stephon Diggs. I think he's still a very good receiver. Not
Yeah.
the same Stephon Diggs we saw with Josh Allen and the Vikings, but I just love Mike Vrabel. I think he's one of the
Yeah.
best coaches in the league. I think he did a lot of really good work with the Titans when he was there, with perhaps not the greatest lineup in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
he's a really good coach, and I think he's gonna make them have a pretty good season. So I also have them at number two.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, to go back on that, I really do like Mike Vrabel as well. I think the Titans firing him was probably one of the dumbest things they could have done. It's
Completely
hard
agree.
for a coach to be in that situation because when they were a good football team, when they were making the playoffs years back, he was a great coach. To me, one of the best coaches in the league.
Spot
For
on.
him to get fired, being on the team that it's just I thought it was dumb, but yeah, I think him being on New England's gonna help them a lot more, and I could see them winning 10 games this year. Honestly, New England. So yeah.
Yeah.
In third for me is gonna be the Dolphins. Now the thing is with me is I could still see them finishing second in that division. Like I think it's gonna be a toss up between them and New England, but my biggest thing is Tua's health.
Same.
I don't remember the last time the guys played a full season of football. But I will say though, if he has a full healthy season, I think he can be a solid quarterback this year. And I see a lot of production from Tyreek Hill this year, if that's the case, because Tyreek Hill had a very poor season last year.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not easy when you got when Tua's not there, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he did have
Yeah.
a poor season last year. But I do think if Tua has a healthy season, I think he'll have a solid season. And I think Tyreek and Waddle's numbers should be going up. My biggest problem with the Dolphins, though, is their offensive line. I
Yeah.
think probably the worst offensive line in that division, probably one of the worst offensive line in the AFC. And they made some weird moves on defense. Obviously losing Jalen Ramsey and getting Mika Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick, yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have Mika Fitzpatrick. He's a good player, but it's just
Very good player.
That cornerback room in Miami is just it's horrendous, and I just think, like I said, if Tua stays healthy, I think they'll be a good offensive team, but just that defense brings them down, and that's why I have Miami third. Even if Tua stays healthy, I think they'll still be third place.
What's your thoughts on this is a coach who I think gets a lot of I think a lot of people think differently about him. I think a lot of people think he's this transformative, exciting coach, and I think some people think he's not that good of a coach. What's your opinion on Mike McDaniel?
I'm not the biggest fan of Mike McDaniel. I'm really not. That could be bias a little bit. I'm not what you say, maybe a Dolphins hater. I'm not a big Dolphins guy, but no, I don't think he's that guy for Miami. I don't know.
No,
I don't see it.
I hear it. I think the only reason we actually funny enough we have the same predictions for this division. I have the Dolphins third as well. It's not because I think the Dolphins are good. Tua, his health worries me. Again, that offensive line worries me. The type of injuries that Tua's got in his career really worries me. More so for him as a person than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the last thing I want to see again is another play where his head hits the turf. Mm-hmm. I just don't want to see it. So I hope he stays healthy for his own sake. I don't trust it.
And he refuses to wear the Guardian cap.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't make him do it. So hopefully he has a fully healthy season. If he does, I think they'll probably be around a 500 team. I just think the Jets are going to be horrible this season. Yeah, so I think that's the only reason I have the Dolphins in third.
And it's so crazy how this is why I love sports and love the NFL is 2 years ago we were talking about the Jets being a contender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They brought in Rodgers, they had the best defense in the NFL, you know. They were
had good receiving core around him.
Yeah.
Good running back.
Exactly, yeah. And like the Jets to me 2 years ago were a team that could contend for that division and contend in the playoffs, and it's just so crazy how quick a team like it could turn around, right? And yeah, I think the Jets are going to be very bad this year.
Agreed.
Probably one of the worst teams in the AFC.
I
don't like. I like Justin Fields. I just don't trust him.
Same.
And besides Garrett Wilson, the Jets' offense is pretty bad. Like that offensive line is very mid. Brees Hall has taken a big hit, like a big downhill in his career. Like he had a very because I remember I drafted Brees Hall in fantasy last year, like 7th overall. He was like the 22nd ranked running back in fantasy after. So it's kind of crazy. He took a big hit in his last season, but hopefully, like if he has a good season, that would be nice. But yeah, I just think that's a terrible offense, man. And like last year they were bad, and it had nothing to do with that defense. That defense is still good. Like they still have a good defense. Yeah. I just think that offense is going to be bad to the point where they're going to lose close games, but very low scoring, boring games. And I think they're going to be pretty bad.
Completely agree. I still think their defense gets around the ball really well. I still really like them in coverage, but I agree. I think it's hard to win in the NFL without a quarterback, man. It's hard to win without a guy who can bail you out, and I don't really know how I feel about their offense. I agree. I don't think there's enough there to get them a lot of wins offensively. I think there's going to be a lot of games where their defense holds the opposition to maybe 14, 17 points. Yeah. But I think they'll only score 10 or 13. I don't think it's going to be a lot of low-scoring, ugly games.
It's going to be boring football. It's going to be boring football in New York this year.
I will not be tuning into any Jets games this season.
No.
Yeah, so that's what the AFC East looks like. Let's move on to the AFC North. This is a tasty division.
This is a tasty division.
Go ahead, bro.
To start it off, I will say the Baltimore Ravens are, to me, right now the best team in the AFC. They did a lot of good things in the offseason, and I believe this is the best team Lamar's ever had with this team. I think. Yeah. I think offensively, the receiving core is very underrated. I love Zay Flowers. Bateman had a great year last year. Nobody really talks about that. And then
Dog.
they brought in DeAndre Hopkins to be the
D-Hop,
wide
yep.
receiver 3. So I think that's a
Yep.
very underrated receiving core. And
Yep.
then you look at the running back, obviously Derrick Henry, and
Yep.
Lamar is going to do Lamar things. So that offense is scary, and they have a very good offensive line as well. That's a very scary
Stacked.
offense. And then that's not even the best part of their team, in my opinion. Their defense is ridiculous.
Jair
You know,
Alexander.
they brought in Alexander. They drafted Malachi Starks in the first round. I wanted
Yep.
Buffalo to draft him. He's going to be
Yeah.
very good. That cornerback room, I don't know how you're going to be able to get by that cornerback room. And then like safeties too. They got a phenomenal
Yeah.
safeties, and then their front seven's amazing too. So yeah, I think this is probably the best well-rounded team in the NFL, and I am very scared to see this team this year, and we have to play them in the first game of the year. So Bills Ravens
No.
is going to be a crazy one.
It's going to be a crazy game. I think I agree. For me, the Ravens are the best team in the AFC as they're currently constructed. For me, it always comes down to in the playoffs, I always trust Mahomes and Allen over a Lamar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Something about Lamar in the playoffs worries me. I think in the regular season, with the players that we just named, they brought in Jair Alexander. I agree. Their offense is stacked, and it's not even the best part of their team.
No,
Defensively,
not at
they're
all.
disgusting. And then I just am a huge fan of Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I think they're the best team. I think they lose maybe 3 games this season. Maybe
Yeah,
3 games. Like I have a hard time seeing them lose many games. Like they're very good. Yeah.
My only
stacked.
problem with the Ravens is even though they have great regular seasons, like I find they do struggle in their division. If you look at past years, like yeah, they'll win the division, but they'll go like 3-3 or 4-2 in their division.
Yeah.
Like they tend to drop games in their division. Even
It's a tough division,
yeah.
bro. Like it's
Like-
tough to go into Cincinnati and win. It's tough to go into Pittsburgh and win. Sometimes it can even be tough to go into Cleveland and
Yeah.
win. Like
Yeah.
it's not an easy division, but no,
But
I agree.
but
I think
yeah, I do think they're gonna win the division this year.
I think so too. I personally think they're going to win the conference this year.
Yeah.
For me, but
100%
okay, so we
agree
both
right
have
now.
Baltimore number 1. Who do we have number 2?
So number 2, this has been honestly a 50-50 toss-up for me. My number 2 is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, but it was very close. It was very close with obviously one of those teams there. Everyone knows who that is. But yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals for me is going to have a bounce back season. Great offense. Like that's a team that has obviously probably the best wide receiver room in the NFL.
Yep.
One of them. And my only problem with the Cincinnati Bengals is that offensive line is terrible. Like that offensive line is brutal, man. Like it's gonna be tough, but I think they will like have a great year this year after having a rough year last year. They finished off the season good last year, but it just wasn't enough. But I think they'll have a good year. And my problem is that defense is still rough. That defense is still rough, and I think they're going to struggle, but they're going to win very fun football games, I think, like high-scoring football games.
Yeah.
They're going to be a really fun team to watch offensively. And, yeah, and another problem is Hendrickson, right? He wants a contract, and since he's not willing to pay him right now, so
Yeah.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Because he's one of the best players in the league, man. In my opinion, I think he's a great player. I don't know. I think that defense is a bit scary, but that offense makes up for it, and I think they'll have a bounce back season.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I went back and forth on this a lot too. I think the weapons around Joe Burrow is ridiculous. I sometimes feel like he doesn't get. I'm not saying he should get all the blame since he loses, because their defense has been shocking and he's put up the numbers and stuff. But sometimes I feel like he can do more, especially given the fact that he has, like, his number 2 is a number 1 on a lot of teams in the NFL. That's just the reality. Yeah, exactly. So the only reason I'm going Cincy over Pittsburgh this season, look, I think the Steelers are just a really well-run organization, and I think they're always going to be there or thereabouts, especially with Mike Tomlin. I worry about Aaron Rodgers' health. again, the same way I worry about Tua's health, I worry about A-Rod's health because what we saw in the past with the Jets, I don't know. He's aging. We all know the talent that he has, but I don't know if we have the same Aaron Rodgers. Time will tell, and he might make me eat my words. I just think the offensive prowess that the Bengals have, I'm going Cincinnati number 2 as well.
Yeah. So for me, like, so I got Pittsburgh 3, obviously.
Yeah.
But they could definitely finish second. It just depends on if we can get at least a good Aaron Rodgers this season. I think it's going to come down to that. I am excited to see him throw the ball to DK Metcalf. That's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see DK in Pittsburgh, but I just don't know if that offense is like, to me, it's like Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are like flipped. Like Cincinnati's got the really elite offense. Pittsburgh's offense, is like, it's good, but you know what I mean? And then,
It's not great.
Cincy's defense is very, very poor, and Pittsburgh probably has a top 3 defense in the NFL. So it's going to be very close between Pittsburgh and Cincy, in my opinion, for second. But both teams could make the playoffs, you know what I mean? Like, both teams could still get in there, but yeah, I think Cincy's just, as of right now, the better team, but I could be wrong throughout the season.
I think both teams do get in, and I think it's because of the teams in the conference in general, but we're going to get into that. So right now we both have the exact same predictions for the AFC East and for the AFC North. Let's get into, in my opinion, the weakest division in the conference. Let's take a look at the AFC South.
The AFC South, yeah. The AFC South is, I'd say, the weakest division in the AFC, maybe even the weakest division in the NFL right now.
Yeah, you could argue it.
Yeah, I would say, I'm going to go Houston. Houston's going to win the division. They should win that division. I would be kind of surprised if they didn't. I think CJ Stroud's going to have a bounce-back season. He didn't have the greatest season last year. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the greatest. We thought he was going to take a bigger leap, but his receivers did get hurt throughout the season too. So, but yeah, man, like Nico Collins, probably one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL, in my opinion. I really like Nico Collins. The running back situation, Joe Mixon should be out for quite a while. They brought in Nick Chubb, so I know it's not the same Nick Chubb as before, but he should be able to carry the load at the running back position for a little bit till Joe Mixon comes back, so I'm not too worried about that. They brought in Christian Kirk from the Jags. He should be a solid number 2 for them. I don't know what's going on with Tank Dell. I don't know if you heard anything about Tank Dell. It might be out for the season. I don't know, but I know he got a really bad injury last year.
Yeah.
And I think as of right now he's out for the season. So bringing in Christian Kirk, I think he's a decent number 2. So I like that offense. It's just that offensive line scares me. That offensive line struggled hard in the playoffs. CJ Stroud had no time in that pocket. It probably one of the worst offensive lines in football. And they didn't really do anything in the draft to fix that. So I'm kind of worried about that offensive line. But on the upside though is they do have a very strong defense.
Yeah.
And you could obviously see that last year in the playoffs against your Chargers. They were very good on defense last year and
dominated us.
Yeah, they did very good in the playoffs too. Will Anderson Jr. He's a dog, bro. He's a dog. I could see him being in Defensive Player of the Year conversations this season. So yeah, I got Houston to win the division comfortably.
Yeah, so just to touch on Tank Dell, yeah, he's going to miss the entire 2025 season. He tore his ACL, MCL, and LCL in that Week 16 loss to the Chiefs last season. So he's gone for the entire season, which is obviously a huge loss.
Huge loss.
I agree, though. I think they finished first. I think the importance, when I look at the quarterback situation in this division, EJ is by far the best quarterback in this division. You know how high I was on Anthony Richardson when the Colts got him, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think the Texans are great, and that's not me being salty because they slapped us in the playoffs last season. But I do think they're the best team in the AFC South, so I'm also going Houston number one.
Yeah. Like you said, like I don't think Houston's an elite football team right now, but that division is pretty weak. And I think they should be able to win 10, 11 games and win that division. At number two, I got this is gonna be my dark horse team of the season. And it's gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Jacksonville could sneak into the playoffs. I think they're going to take a very big step this season. I think Trevor Lawrence needs to have a good season this year because we've been waiting. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to be good? And it's just it hasn't been there yet. He hasn't got to that full potential. I think he's going to have a good season this year. Obviously, they have Brian Thomas Jr., probably one of the best young receivers in the NFL. They drafted Travis Hunter. So I'm not too big on Travis Hunter, but we'll see. I might be wrong about that, but I think they have an underrated offense, and I think they have a decent offensive line. I don't think it's elite level, but I think it's decent. My one worry is
Yeah. Look, I don't have Jacksonville as they're not my dark horse like you say. So I disagree with you there, but I do think they finished second. When I saw that the Colts decided to go with Daniel Jones as their number one for the NFL season, I'm sorry. We've watched way too much film of this guy when he was playing with the Giants. I can't see them having a good season at all. I think they're the third best team in the division. I think the Titans are not good. I don't like Jacksonville at all, to be honest. I don't like their quarterback room. I know you said that he has to have a better season, but I just don't think he's that good, to be completely honest with you. I just think it's a stinky division, to be honest, man. I'm not going to lie. But I think, again, I look at the quarterback situation, and I think that Jacksonville has a better quarterback room than the other two teams in this division. I can't trust a team quarterbacked by Daniel Jones, so I'm going to go with Jacksonville, number two in the AFC South as well.
okay. Yeah. So we might disagree with each other on third and fourth. I think we might have it flipped, but I got Tennessee finishing third. Um, I think they're gonna be a decent team, and I think Cam Ward is gonna have a good season, good rookie season. Um, but yeah, I think they're just gonna have a very average season. There's not really much to talk about Tennessee, to be honest. But yeah, I think Calvin Wrigley too will have a good season. But yeah, they're pretty mid. They're a couple years away from being a good football team.
Okay, I have Jacksonville finishing third. No, sorry, I just said Jacksonville too. Sorry, I meant I was writing something down. I have the Colts finishing third. I think that Daniel Jones eventually loses his starting spot. I don't know. I look at Tennessee. I look at that roster. I think it's a 4 to 5 win team this season, to be honest with you. I know that there's a lot of people that are obviously very high on Cam Ward, and I'm excited to see what he can do in the NFL. But I don't know, man. It's hard for me to go like full belief in rookie quarterbacks. It really is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to go with Houston 1, Jacksonville 2, Indy 3, and Tennessee 4. So our first disagreement of the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we move in to my football team's division, the AFC West. Tell me what you got.
So I think this is the best division in the AFC.
Okay.
I got the Chargers winning the division.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are going to be super surprised about that. But I really like what they did in the draft. They got Hampton, good running back. I think he's going to be one of the best running backs in the class, maybe even better than Genty. I like the receiving room. I love Lad McConkey, probably one of the best young receivers in the league, and I think he's going to be top 10 after this season. I think he's that good. Keenan Allen, I didn't even know it, and you told me about a week ago. They brought in Keenan Allen again. I really like that.
Keenan.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good season being the number 2 in LA. And I like that offensive line. The offensive line is very good. I know they lost Slater, but that offensive line is very, very solid. And obviously Herbert, gotta love Justin Herbert, very, very solid quarterback. I think he's underappreciated. Um, I know he's had his struggles in the playoffs, but he's a elite level quarterback, and in my opinion, probably a top 5, top 7 quarterback in the NFL. And then you go to that defense. The Chargers defense is phenomenal in my opinion. And yeah, I just think they're gonna be very, very good, and obviously better than the teams in their division, like the Chiefs. Sorry, but yeah, no, I have the Chargers very, very good season.
So as much as I want to say the same as you and agree with you and wish that my Chargers were going to finish first in the AFC West with the Rashawn Slater injury, as much as I like the way that we drafted it, I'm going to get into the Chargers next after I speak about this team. I still think it is the Kansas City Chiefs division. I just think when you have Andy Reid at head coach, when you have Patrick Mahomes, when you have guys like Isaiah Pacheco and Xavier Worthy, it's hard, man. I just think they're really well coached on both sides of the ball. I think they have one of the best coordinators in the NFL. And I have a hard time betting against Patrick, as hard as it is to say, because, I don't like the Chiefs at all. Being a Chargers fan, I can't stand them. But with the Slater injury, I'm worried about Herbert's protection. I understand that picking up Keenan was a great pickup, and I'm excited about it. But I got to go KC number 1. KC, in my opinion, is still a very good team, still a force to be reckoned with. They're not the best team in the AFC. I don't even think they're the second best team in the AFC. But in my opinion, they are the best team in the AFC West. Unfortunately, I got to put the Chiefs at number.
Yeah, this is where I got them number 2. They're obviously still an elite football team. Having Rashid Rice come back is going to be very, very important for them. And they do have a very solid defense, probably a top 5 defense in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yep.
One of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL. So yeah, they're obviously a top team, but I have a feeling about the Chargers this year, so that's why I have the Chiefs number 2.
Yeah, so obviously I have my Los Angeles Chargers at number 2. I agree with you. I think a lot of disrespect has been put on Herbo's name, and I get it. I mean, he's had 2 playoff performances, and both have been not good. I mean, the capitulation against I don't even want to say their name out loud. That was one of the worst football games I've ever seen in my life when we lost to Jacksonville. And then last year, I mean, I felt like our defense showed up and showed out, but Herbo and the offense did not. I went into last season, we were talking about it. I couldn't stand our wide receiver room. Lad McConkey is a dog, and I rate him, but I don't know if he's like an out-and-out number 1 in the NFL. And then, our other receivers were like Quinton Johnson, Joshua Palmer, and I mean, no disrespect to those guys, but there were a lot of nights where Herbo was throwing the ball strictly to McConkey because I felt like he couldn't trust his other guys. I just look at our defense, man. I think, you still got Khalil Mack. You still got Derwin. I think there's a lot of talent on this team. Defensively, I am huge on Harbaugh. I think he is, from where we were the season before with Brandon Staley to now with Harbaugh. In one season, I think he's made a huge difference, and I think bringing in Keenan, I think we drafted really well as well. I agree. I think Amarian Hampton's going to be a great back for us this season. I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. Obviously, we have Joe Alt, but when you lose a player of the caliber of Rashawn Slater, I think it's a huge, huge miss. Our best offensive lineman, no doubt, no question about it. I think it's going to be trouble sometimes trying to protect Herbo, which worries me because he's obviously gotten injured before. So I have my Los Angeles Chargers at number 2. Who do you have finishing third? The Denver Broncos or the Las Vegas Raiders?
I think it's going to be the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos probably have the best defense in the NFL.
They're
Patrick
sick.
Surtain, probably he's one of the best.
Yep.
Won Defensive Player of the Year last year. They got Nick Pedito or whatever the hell his name is there. But he's a stud. And I think we're going to see a good year from Bo Nix. I think he had a very good rookie season, and I think it's only up from here. I think he's a very, very good quarterback, and I think he's going to have an elite season. My worries is the receiving core. Obviously, they have Cortland Sutton, but I thought they were going to do something in the receiver room this offseason, and they didn't, so that scares me a little bit. But I think Denver's still going to make the playoffs, even though they're finishing third in this division.
I mean, who's their number 2? Mims Jr. in the receiver room?
It might be Mims, yeah. It might be Mims.
It's not great.
No,
with all due respect, it's not great. And I don't know. I mean, Bo Nix is an exciting quarterback, but again, I do have them third as well. I think defensively incredible. And I mean, we're going to get into the other team in this division, but I think Sean Payton is just a really good head coach. I think if there is a coach in the NFL that can get the most out of Bo Nix, it's probably Sean. I don't think they make the playoffs, to be completely honest with you, but I think they finish just around 500. I have the Denver Broncos as well as third place in this division. And do we even really have to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders? I mean, you can say your piece on them, but...
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be a horrible football team, in my opinion, this year. Like, I think they're going to win 5-6 games. Yeah, I think they're going to win about 5-6 games.
Okay.
But they got
you
Brock
trust in
Bowers.
Pete Carroll?
Yeah, I do. Reuniting with Geno. So
yeah,
I think that would be nice. But I do love Brock Bowers. I think he's probably the best tight end in the NFL. And then Genty.
He's a dog.
I think Genty's going to have a phenomenal rookie season. But other than that, like, defense is horrible. They got Max Crosby, but that's about it. So, yeah, nothing much about the Raiders.
Yeah, we'll move on from that one. Let's move on to the NFC. And this is always an intriguing division to talk about. Some good football.
Yeah.
Good football in this division. Who is winning the NFC East this season, Dev?
I think the Eagles are going to go back-to-back winning the division. They're just too stacked. Like, to have a guy like Saquon Barkley and then a phenomenal offensive line in front of him,
yep,
it's unstoppable. And, Hurts got legs too, Their running game is scary. And then you got
great
one of the
receiving core.
Yes, one of the best receiving duos in the NFL.
Facts.
And then their defense is unbelievable.
Jalen Carter.
Yep. I don't see them losing very many games this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to the Super Bowl. So I got the Eagles first.
Same. I swear we didn't plan on agreeing with most of our picks here, but I just think that we see football very similar. I think it's funny that you picked my Los Angeles Chargers to win the division and I said no, but I agree. I think for me, this is the best team in football. When you have Jalen Hurts, I know we had that conversation, and let us know in the comments, if you could pick a running back, would you choose Saquon Barkley or would you choose Christian McCaffrey? We want to know. They're stacked, bro. That receiving core, I agree. It's the best 1-2 punch in the entire NFL. Defense, they are stacked. I'm huge. And I know a lot of people I've seen a lot of people talk bad about this guy, but I'm a big Nick Sirianni guy. I think he is the perfect culture fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he embeds what they want to be as an organization. And there's just so much talent in that roster. I can definitely see them going back to the Super Bowl, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. I also have the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1 in the NFC East.
Yeah. So back quick to what you were saying about Nick Sirianni. I find he gets so much hate.
He does.
He is one of the best coaches in the NFL.
He is. People hate him because he's emotional, Dev. People hate him because he loves football.
Yeah, no, he's a phenomenal coach. But so number 2. The The Washington Commanders.
Oh boy, here we go.
I have the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, you know me, man. I'm a big Jaden Daniels guy.
Yes, you are.
I
Me too.
think I think he's gonna have a phenomenal sophomore season. I know a lot of people say he's gonna have a sophomore slump, but
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
see it. I don't see it. They got Terry McLaurin. Did they sign him? I don't know if they signed him yet, because I know he wanted to leave at one point. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing with him. But if he stays in Washington, he's gonna have a phenomenal season in Washington. But yeah, I got Washington number 2, and yeah, they're just a phenomenal football team, and I could 100% see them going back to the NFC Championship game.
I mean, I'm so high on Jaden Daniels. I think he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL, but I'm going Dallas number 2. I think they have a really good season. Now, do you know, has there been any movement? I haven't really heard. It's gone a bit quiet ever since he put out that statement, but have you heard anything on Micah Parsons? Is he staying? Is he going?
The last few days has been very quiet
Quiet.
about the situation, but I believe that he's gonna stay.
You believe he's going to stay? You think it's
Yeah.
just okay. Okay. No, I hear it. I hear it. I think as much as I don't like this team, I just think Dak has a good season this season. I really do. I think Dak's going to have a good season. I think he has some weapons around him. I think they're going to have a good season for some reason. I think the Cowboys are going to push the Eagles this season for that NFC East crown. I really do. Now, obviously, that completely depends on if Dak can stay healthy and if he can have a good season and he can be the Dak that we've seen before. But I think there's a lot of good pieces around him. I think they have, in my opinion, one of the best receivers in the league still.
Top
I feel
3.
I feel like he's gone a little bit under the radar over the last little bit, but I still think CD is that guy. I'm going Dallas number 2.
Now, I have a couple issues with Dallas, a couple question marks. Their running back room is horrendous. Like, I don't know who their day one starter is going to be at the back. Like, I really don't know.
They might run Deuce Vaughn number one back.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it right now. My other problem is George Pickens. I think he's a good receiver in this league. I think he's a very good receiver in this league.
Okay.
But I just think he's going to cause a lot of locker room problems. I think him and CD are going to bump heads a lot this season.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but yeah. So I got Dallas at 3. But I do have them making the playoffs.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I have. So I agree that I have Washington finishing 3 obviously, and I have them getting in a wild card spot. I really, really like the Washington Commanders. I was blown away at what they were able to accomplish last season. I mean, I don't think a lot of people predicted them to do what they did last season. Let's just keep it a buck. I mean, you have a rookie like Jaden Daniels. I can talk about this guy forever. I don't think he's gonna have a soft. I just think he's too good for a soft. I just think he's too good. I think he's gonna really stake a claim for one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Very slowly here, but surely. I'm interested to see what happens with the receiving room. Obviously, we have our opinions on Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
Is he a number 1 guy? Is he still that dual threat that we saw before in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Like, don't get me wrong, he was great in San Fran. That 1 year he had in San Fran was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But in today's day, man, he's not there anymore, man.
Yeah, I agree. So I have Washington finishing 3rd, and that means that we both have the New York Football Giants. I know it's New York Football Jets. New York Football Giants finishing 4th. You got anything to say about those guys over there in New York, Dev?
Nothing much, man. All I gotta say is Malik Neighbors is a dog.
One of my favorite players in the entire NFL. But what's your opinion on Russ, man? Like, obviously things didn't pan out for him. You can kind of say ever since he left Seattle, right? Like, had a stint in Denver. Like, what do you think?
That stint in Denver was kind of forgettable, to be honest. Yeah, after Pittsburgh, I thought he should have just called it, honestly. No disrespect, but I think his career's it's finished, man. I don't think he's gonna do very much in New York, and I could see them winning maybe 3, 4 games this year at best. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sold on Russell Wilson anymore, man.
I think just before we get into it, spoiler for the end of the season. Uh, my defensive rookie of the year is a New York Giant. Just so that's out there. But we'll get into that. Anyways, let's move divisions. I know you're a big Detroit Lions guy.
I love the Lions, man.
So what do we got? Talk to me about the NFC North, Dev.
This is a very juicy division, and a lot of people that are gonna watch this are gonna be very shocked at what I'm about to say. I do have the Lions finishing first. The only question mark is that offensive line. They lost some guys on that O line. I know they have Penei Sewell, but they did lose a lot of guys on their O line. So, but to me, one of the best offenses in football. I think Goff's gonna have a phenomenal year this year, and hopefully Laporta takes a step up. He had a very poor season last year, I thought. But yeah, great football team.
Can you tell me your opinions on a Mr. Aiden Hutchinson?
Oh, Aiden Hutchinson's a phenomenal player, man. And what happened to him last year was so sad because we're talking about one of the best defensive players in the NFL,
Easily.
and hopefully he can come back this season and have a season like he had before. Hopefully even better. I think he's gonna come back and he's gonna be a top player in the league. Hopefully.
Is Dan Campbell one of the best coaches in the NFL in your opinion?
I would say he's number 2.
Behind?
I think Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I think Dan Campbell is a great coach. Like, what I would do to have that man coach the Bills, man. Like,
He's great.
great.
He's great.
He lifts up that football team, man.
He's great. I'm just gonna echo everything you said. Really, I don't. Again, I know we're going with a lot of the same predictions here, but Detroit is very good. They're such a good football team. Weapons all over the field on offense. Defensively, I think they're good as well. I think I agree. For me, that's why I asked you on Dan Campbell, because he's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. It feels like the kind of coach who you would just run through a brick wall for. I just think with the amount of weapons that they have surrounding Mr. Goff, I think they're going to have a great season. I'm predicting like a 13-14 win season for those guys. I also have the Detroit Lions at number 1. I have a feeling we're going to have a difference in opinions here in number 2. So who do you got finishing second in the NFC North?
So I have the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
My biggest question mark with the Packers is, can we have a consistent and healthy season from Jordan Love? I find he's a very inconsistent quarterback, and if he can clean that up, I think the Packers could fight for first.
Really?
Yeah, I do like the receiving core.
Okay.
It's a very well-rounded core. They don't have any elite receivers, but they got some good receivers over there, and they drafted Golden in the first round, Matthew Golden. So
Yep.
he could 100% be their number 1 midway through the season. And yeah, I like their defense. I think it's a solid defense. I know they lost Alexander, but I think they will still be very solid. So yeah, I got the Packers at number 2.
I have, oh man, you know what? Like, I've been really looking at this division, and I think it's such an interesting division just because I don't know what we're going to get out of a certain Caleb Williams this season. I look at the Bears, and I think they can have a good season, but I'm probably higher on Jordan Love than a lot of people are. I think he's a very good quarterback, but I agree. What worries me with him is his consistency. Can he find that consistent level to make Green Bay a 10 or 11 win team? I personally think yes. And I hate that we're going with the same predictions here because I love disagreeing with you in sports. You know that. But I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. And I'm sure when we start doing weekly predictions, we're going to have a lot of disagreements. But I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Number 2, I think Jordan Love has an excellent season this season.
Yeah, like I said, man, if he could stay consistent, they could fight for first place in that division.
Yeah.
If he has an elite level season, I could see the Packers winning that division. So it all comes down to him, man.
Agreed. Okay, let's move on to third.
All right. I know people are going to be in the comments section after this. I have the Chicago Bears finishing third.
Caleb Williams believer. We have one in the chat. A Caleb Williams believer.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams is going to have a breakout season this year. I think he's going to be a very solid quarterback, and I love the weapons in Chicago.
DJ Moore, dog.
DJ Moore. Rome Odunze as their number 2. I think he's going to have a breakout season.
So good.
I wouldn't be surprised if Odunze has more receiving yards than DJ Moore this year.
Yeah, I hear it. He's very good.
Yeah, they have a very young defense, too. Very young defense and very solid.
They still have DeAndre Swift as well.
Yeah. He's a solid back. But yeah, man, I think they have a very young defense, but very talented. And we've seen in the preseason, they were eating teams alive in the preseason. So, young defense, strong, and yeah, they're my third place team, man.
So, I think the Bears are a better football team than the Minnesota Vikings. I just think you gotta ask the question: Is JJ McCarthy's game gonna translate to the NFL in his first season? And I know you look at, there are some weapons. I mean, in my opinion, one of my favorite receivers in the league, obviously Jay Jettis. You have Jordan Addison, whatever, Aaron Jones in the backfield. But is JJ McCarthy gonna have the season that a lot of people are predicting him to have? Is his game going to translate? Is he going to dominate? We saw the struggles that a Caleb Williams had last season. I think those same troubles are going to happen with JJ. I don't think the Vikings are going to have a very good season, to be completely honest with you. I think they're going to finish last in this division by quite a bit as well. I think the other teams are going to have way better seasons than the Vikings this season.
Yeah, man. Like I told you this a couple of days ago. We talked about it.
Yep.
I know a lot of people are high on the Minnesota Vikings, but I'm just not. And I'm not saying they're a bad football team, because I think in this division, the last place team will win about 7, 8, 9 games. Like, I really believe this can be a really strong division. I don't know if I could trust JJ yet, man. Like, I don't know, man. That's why I got them last, because right now, like, I haven't seen any of him, and I think the 3 quarterbacks in that division ahead of him are very, very solid quarterbacks.
I agree. Okay, let's move on to the NFC South. This is an interesting division, man. It's a weird one. Who do you got winning the South this year?
I got the Buccaneers winning this division. I think the Buccaneers are a phenomenal football team. And Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, is a very, very good quarterback. Like, he had a lot of hate before coming to Tampa. A lot of people said he was very bad. And I agreed the first bit of his career, but ever since he came to Tampa, he's been lights out, man.
Just so everyone who's watching knows this, a certain Mike Evans is a legend in the Devo household. He is very highly rated by people around Mr. Dev, and he's so underrated. I feel like people talk about the Jay Jettises and the Tyreeks, but Mike Evans is Mr. Consistent, man. This guy, he's so good. The way he runs routes, he's a deep threat, good hands. And I agree, when Baker went to Tampa Bay, I thought this guy was going to end up like just falling out of the league. I got to be honest. I wasn't high on Baker in the beginning. I thought, this is a guy with a lot of attitude. Is his game translating to the NFL? I personally thought there was going to be the possibility he was going to end up in like the CFL or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, this guy has turned it around. He's made me into a believer. I think the Bucs can make a real run here. I think they can make a run for an NFC Championship game. I think they're that good.
1,000% agree. 1,000%
I think they're one of the best teams in this conference. I think Baker's going to have a great season. Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
high on Tampa this year. I'm going Tampa Bay #1. Who do you got finishing second place in this division, Dev?
Second place. I got the Falcons. I think the Falcons are gonna have a very good season. I'm not sure about Penix yet. I think it's gonna take him a few seasons to be a great quarterback. I think he will be a great quarterback. I don't know this season. I don't know. But he does have a lot of weapons around him. Drake London, probably my favorite receiver in the league right now.
Okay.
Very, very, very underrated receiver. Phenomenal player. Bijan, gotta love a little bit of
Love
Bijan.
Bijan.
Bijan's phenomenal. And
Love Bijan.
honestly, a guy that needs to take a step in his game is Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. I agree.
He
I was
had
gonna say that.
such, yeah, he had such like everyone loved him coming into the NFL and thought he was gonna be that guy, and we just haven't seen it yet. So if he can have a good year, Falcons could easily finish first. And I love their secondary. Like, bro, Jesse Bates, one of the most underrated players on defense in the NFL.
Dog.
Underrated, bro. That guy is phenomenal. Probably one of my
Dog.
favorite guys in the league. But yeah, I
Yep.
think the Falcons are good. I just think the Bucks are more well-rounded. But yeah,
Yeah, I look, I'm gonna go. I'm not very high on the Falcons. I do high. You know how highly I rate Bijan. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. The quarterback situation intrigues me a little bit, but when I look at the quarterback rooms for the other two teams in this division, I don't think it's good at all. I actually think the other two teams in this division are very bad. Like very bad.
yeah.
I agree
100%.
with you. Drake London, Bijan. I think Kyle Pitts does take a step. I personally don't think that the Falcons are close to the Bucks. I think we disagree a little bit there. I just think that the Falcons are the second best team in this division because the other two teams in this division aren't very good. So I'm going to go with them as well in second.
So, with you saying that, like that you don't think the Falcons are close to the Bucks, do you have the Falcons in a wild card position?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The Falcons don't make the playoffs this season, in my opinion. I think only one team in the NFC South makes the playoffs, and it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
See, the thing is, I 100% agree with that. I think the Falcons will be in the hunt. I just don't think they'll get there. I just find the other three divisions have so many good teams. Like you look at it, there's so many good teams in the other three divisions. So it will be hard for the Falcons,
Agreed.
but they could get there.
Yep. What do you
So
got
we got-
finishing third?
Yeah, I got the Panthers. Think Bryce Young could have a decent season. I'm not sold on him though. They drafted McMillan, so he finally has a wide receiver one. But I only see this team winning like 3-4 games, man. It's rough over in Carolina.
So you think the Saints win less than 3-4 games?
I think the Saints go 0-17.
No.
1,000%. I'll die on that hill. 0-17.
I'm looking at their quarterback room is just diabolical, man. But you don't think Alvin Kamara one breakout game, two breakout games, and they win a couple of games? They got Brandon Cooks. They got Chris Olave still.
I don't like the only reason I could give them one or two wins is because of that division. Like they could steal one against Carolina, but I honestly think they might go 0-17.
That's tough, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. I agree. I think Bryce Young. I don't rate Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I don't. I think he's. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go Carolina third just because I think the Saints are arguably the worst team in football. Like you could very easily argue they are. I don't think they go 0-17 just because I agree. I think they'll get a win against this division. They might even steal one against the Falcon. Like I could just see them like divisional games are so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the Panthers are going to finish third, not because they're good, just because the Saints are the Saints. So okay, let's move on to the last division in the NFL, the NFC West. I know who you're going with number one. At least I think I do. Who do you got?
I got the LA Rams.
Of course.
I 100% believe they can make it to the Super Bowl this year. At least NFC Championship game. They are phenomenal, man. Matthew Stafford, at the age he is, man, still doing it in the NFL. Top 7 quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Phenomenal player.
yeah.
Kyron Williams, to me, one of the most underrated backs in the NFL. And, bro, Puka Nakua. Not much to
That
say about
guy's
that guy. He's
that guy's fake, man. How good he is.
and then you bring in Devonte Adams. Like, yes, you lose Cooper Cup, but bro, I think Devonte Adams with Matthew Stafford is going to be dangerous.
I mean, Devonte Adams is one of the best receivers in football. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I saw what he was doing over there with the Raiders, and I agree. I just think, man, Matthew Stafford, what a guy! Like, from what he was doing in Detroit with Megatron, and now he's here, and he's just so good. Puka, we know that but I think that having Puka Nakua and Devonte Adams is better than having Puka Nakua and Cooper Cup. And that's not to say that Cooper
1,000%.
Cup isn't elite, because Cooper Cup is elite, but Devonte gives you that deep ball threat. He gives you the ability to just, if someone's going to go one-on-one against him and they're not going to give him safety protection, you just throw the ball up to that guy and he's going to come down with the ball. He's that guy. He's that target. They're so good. They're so good and so well coached as well. Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think they're one of the best teams in this conference. I think they could definitely go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think Puka and Devonte Adams are going to work very well together. I think they're a perfect receiving duo.
Yep.
And could easily be the best receiving duo after this season.
Yep.
So,
Yep, completely agree.
We'll
I have the Los Angeles Rams at number 1. Who do you have coming second in this division, Dev?
now, honestly, this was a toss-up for me, and I know a lot of people have a clear number 2 in this division, but it was tough for me. I do have the Niners. My only problem with the Niners is injuries. Because as of right now, the number 1 receiver for the Niners for week 1 is Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
That's gonna be rough if he's the wide receiver number 1 all season, man.
How long's do you know how long Ayuk's out for?
Could be all season, man. Let me take a look.
I haven't heard anything about his return.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even see the guy on the roster.
Yeah, he suffered his ACL and his MCL last season, week 7.
That's weird. I go under the roster, it doesn't even show him there.
Yeah, it's not like
right
I
here.
think he's gonna be out. He's gonna be
So
out
yeah,
for a
he
while.
tore his ACL, MCL. Oh wait, August 11th, Niners eyeing potential week 6 return for Ayuk.
So that's 5 weeks without your number 1. That's tough to win in the NFL without your number 1.
Yeah, but they have a good defense. I just find they're always injured, and I think this is the year for Brock Purdy to prove himself.
What's your thoughts on Brock? Like, what is he a number 1 in the NFL?
I think he is. Like I said, though, we need to see full season with him with not the best wide receiver room. Like, I want to see him with a San Fran team that people don't have, really high in their rankings. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see him prove himself.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think again, I just look at the other 2 teams in this division. I don't think it's close. Personally, I have a feeling where you're going to go with number 3 in this division. I'm not very high on Brock Purdy personally. I don't think he's a horrible quarterback, but I don't think he's anywhere near elite. I'll go San Fran number 2 simply because I don't rate the other 2 teams in this division. And I mean, I'm going to talk about the team next that I have next, but I just look at the Arizona Cardinals and I don't necessarily know if I fully believe in. I know he's an exciting guy to watch, but Kyler Murray, do you have them finishing 3rd?
I have the Arizona Cardinals finishing 3rd.
Yeah.
Now, it was a toss-up for me because if we could see the same Sam Darnold for Seattle this year, then I can 100% see Seattle 3rd. But I don't see a difference from Geno to Sam Darnold in production for Seattle.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. But yeah, I got the Cardinals 3rd. I think they have a good offense. And if Kyler can have a solid season, I think the Cardinals could win 8 to 9 games. I 100% believe that.
You're definitely higher than the Arizona Cardinals than me. I think they finished 3rd as well, but I don't think they're very good. obviously, I'm a huge fan of Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's gonna have an outstanding season, but
Yeah, and they got Trey McBride.
Trey McBride's a dog as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't think they make the playoffs, but I got them finishing third, and then obviously fourth. We both have the Seattle Seahawks finishing fourth. What's your opinion on these guys?
Yeah, I don't mind their offense, and like I said, if Sam Darnold could have a similar season to last year, I could see them being a decent football team. Playoffs, no, but decent football team, yeah. I really like Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Okay.
I think he's a very underrated receiver, and I think he takes a big step in his game this year. And they brought in Cooper Kupp. I know he's not the same Cooper Kupp, but I think he could have a solid year if he's not hurt. But yeah, so I got them fourth.
Still a dog. Okay. So we've gone through our division predictions. Now tell me where you have the teams finishing 1 through 7 in each conference.
Okay, so for the AFC, I got the Ravens finishing first. Buffalo second, Chargers third, and Texans fourth.
Okay.
And then I got Chiefs fifth, first wild card.
Okay.
Bengals second wild card.
Okay.
Then it comes down to the last wild card. Because I know earlier I said that the Patriots were going to make the playoffs. But right now it's between them and the Broncos. You know what? Screw it. Give me the Patriots seventh.
Okay. Fair. I'm gonna go Baltimore 1, Buffalo 2, Kansas City 3, Houston 4, the Cincinnati Bengals 5, the Los Angeles Chargers 6, and the Denver Broncos 7. So I got 3 teams from my division making the playoffs. Let's go to the NFC 1 through 7. Who you got?
I have the LA Rams to win the NFC.
Okay.
Philly second.
Okay.
Detroit third.
Okay.
Bucks fourth.
Okay.
And then my wild card teams: Commanders 5.
Okay.
Packers 6. And then give me the Cowboys 7. So that means San Fran does not make the playoffs.
Wow. Bold predictions. I'm going to go the Philadelphia Eagles in the 1 seed, the Los Angeles Rams in the 2, the Detroit Lions in the 3 seed, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 4th seed. 5th seed, give me the Washington Commanders. 5th seed. 6th seed.
It's tough,
wow.
man.
Give me the Dallas Cowboys. 7th seed, give me the Green Bay Packers. So I also have...
So we got the same 7.
Just differently ranked.
Yeah, differently ranked.
Yeah, I also have the Niners missing the playoffs.
Yeah, honestly, for the Niners, it just comes down to how healthy they are.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so what's your AFC Championship game?
I got the Buffalo Bills to take on the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, and who's your NFC Championship game?
The Philadelphia Eagles against the Los Angeles Rams.
Damn, we have the exact same AFC NFC Championship. The exact same. Okay. So who's your Super Bowl finalists?
This pains me to say, but as of right now, Baltimore, Philly.
Okay. I'm going Baltimore, LA, Super Bowl.
I would love to see the Rams in the Super Bowl.
I think the Rams get there. Who are your Super Bowl champions?
Lamar Jackson gets it done.
Yeah, I think so too, bro.
Baltimore
I think this
Ravens.
is finally the year. I agree. I think this is finally the year. I think this is finally the year. Okay, who is your MVP this season, Dev?
Okay, I hope this happens. I think Josh Allen goes back to back.
Back to back.
I think it's just very impressive what he can do with a mediocre offense, like receivers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I think Josh Allen is incredible with the receiving core he's got around him.
I completely agree. I think you know how high I am on Josh Allen. You know how much I rate Josh Allen. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league by far. He's one of the most exciting. He's so physical. Like, to me, he embodies what a football player should be.
1,000%.
The way he plays the position, he runs over linebackers. He's a freak. I just think that this player is going to have an incredible season. I think his team's going to have an incredible season. I think the MVP this season is Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar's going to have an incredible year. He's not better than Josh Allen. I'd rather have Josh Allen, but I'm going with Lamar to win the MVP.
Yeah, no, that's a great take, because as of right now, he would be my runner-up.
Okay, so we're pretty close on that. Who do you have for the offensive player of the year?
Jamar Chase.
Wow, I wasn't expecting Jamar Chase, bro.
Now
I'm not gonna lie. Wow.
You know me, I'm a Bengals hater.
Yep.
I don't like the Bengals, but you gotta respect where the talent is, man. I'm starting to believe he is the best receiver in the NFL.
Really?
I had Justin Jefferson for the longest time.
Yeah.
But right now, man, I think Jamar Chase is the best receiver in the NFL.
Okay.
And I think he has a phenomenal year, and I think also Burrow is going to have a good year, and that's going to help out.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, Jamar.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I know you. For anyone who doesn't know this, who's going to be watching, me and Devin are cousins. We're cousins.
Yes.
So we talk every day about sports, football. I feel like I know his sports opinions pretty well. I feel like I know what he thinks a lot of the time. I was not expecting a Cincinnati Bengal to be your offensive player of the year.
Man, it was tough for me, but it's just, you watch this guy, he's just so talented, man. Like, he's out of this world, man. So yeah, who do you got as your offensive player of the year?
Oh, bro, I've been going back and forth on this.
Yeah.
A lot. I've been going back and forth on this. I think the offensive player of the year this season is going to be Davante Adams.
Oh.
I think this guy is going to have a crazy season. New environment. I trust the guy finally throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
He's not the only receiver in that team that defensive coordinators need to game plan for.
Yeah.
Because if you double up on Devontae, we all know who's on the other side.
Yeah.
Give me Devontae Adams, offensive player of the year. I know that's really out of left field. I know a lot of people are going to say I'm crazy, and I probably am. But I just am and I'm so happy he's out of my division because I can't stand the Raiders. But Devontae Adams is one of my favorite players in the NFL. I couldn't say it when he was a Raider. I can say it now. Give me Devontae Adams, offensive player of the year.
Bro, you know what? Like, I really like this take, because you think of it, 2 years ago, it's not a crazy take. You know what I mean? He was the best receiver in the league for a while.
Yep.
Right now, it's a hot take for sure. Right now,
it is.
But it can definitely happen, because now you got a guy that can throw him the ball that's so elite. And I just think he's going to have a phenomenal year. And you know what? I like it. I like it for sure.
Hot take. We're going to have hot takes all season long. The content this season is going to be crazy. We're going to be dropping so much content.
Yes,
I can't wait.
Much.
Who do we have for defensive player of the year?
My defensive player of the year, Micah Parsons.
Yo, we have the same one.
I think after last year, him being hurt, having it was just rough. I think he's gonna be a great player this year, man. Like, he's gonna dominate this season. So yeah, I got him.
I think, you know what? I think he's gonna play this season with a chip on his shoulder.
Yes.
I think with
100%.
what's happened with, him wanting out or whatever, bro, I think you got it. I think the Cowboys are going to have a good season. I agree. I think he stays in Dallas. I don't think he goes nowhere. Mm-hmm. Dallas is not going to let a talent like that leave. No way. I think he's going to have the best season out of any defensive player in the league, and I got him also winning Defensive Player of the Year. Wow. Micah Parsons. What a player. Okay, let's go with Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who you got winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year?
This is going to be a little bit of a hot take.
Who you got?
Omarion Hampton.
Go Chargers. Go.
I just think, because, like, the Chargers are a very good running team, and they run the ball a lot.
Yeah. Too much, in my opinion, anyways.
I just think he's going to get a lot of touches, and I think he's going to succeed, especially with an offensive line like the Chargers have. I know Slater won't be there, but I think it's a very good offensive line, and I think Hampton is going to just be phenomenal, and I think he's going to have a better season than Genty.
Really? Okay. I wish, like, I want to say him because, well, I'm a Chargers fan, and I want my Chargers to do well. But I'm going to go with, I think, you know what? I think this guy's going to have a really good season. And I don't even rate his team, but I'm going with Travis Hunter.
Okay.
I'm going with Travis Hunter. I think, I don't rate their team, but I think he's going to get a lot of touches. I think when I look at that offense, I think he's got to be one of the guys that get the most touches for the Jags. I think he's going to be targeted a lot. I think he's going to get a lot of touches. I think he's going to rack up a lot of yards. I think he's going to score touchdowns.
Now,
and from what I've seen from him, I really like him. I think he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Now, do you think he plays both sides of the ball?
I think it's tough in the NFL, man. Like, I don't. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think he's going to play receiver.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's like certain snaps, you think?
Yeah,
maybe?
I think he might get certain snaps on defense, but I don't think he's going to be on the field on defense the whole time.
Me neither. I don't. No. I think he's too. I think you got to focus in on him at wide receiver. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now there is a certain individual who is very highly touted to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year. From what I'm hearing from training camp and from I'm hearing this guy is a freak of nature athlete. Who do you have winning it?
I got Abdul Carter.
Same.
He's so good, and obviously the team he's on this year it's gonna be a rough season.
Terrible.
But I think he's gonna dominate, and I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's a Defensive Player of the Year in a couple years down the road, man. I really do think he's going to be great.
Okay. We both have the same. I mean, I think he's got the highest odds I saw last to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year. He, by far and away. So I don't think it's really a hot take.
Yeah, it was clear, too. It was clear on those sports books.
Okay, let's go with the Comeback Player of the Year, bro.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Good pick.
Bro, he's a dog, and what happened to him last year was so sad. Especially because, I support the Detroit Lions. I love that football team, and what happened to him last year was very sad. But hopefully he comes back and he's has a great season. So, yeah, I got him as my Comeback Player of the Year, and I know a lot of people will have him. So, yeah.
I'm gonna go with a player who I don't necessarily rate very highly, but I think he's gonna have a good season. I'm gonna go with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
I think the Dallas Cowboys have a good season this season, and I think Dak Prescott is the main part of that. I really do. I think he's going to have a bounce-back season. I am the furthest thing you can get from being a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Farthest, yeah.
But I don't like them at all, but I don't mind Dak. I think Dak has definitely some great ability. I think he's going to have a great season. He is my Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, he was my second. He was behind Aiden Hutchinson. I do think Dak's gonna have a phenomenal year this year.
Should we go with the new award before we get into Coach of the Year? What do you think? You want to go Protector of the Year first?
We can go Protector, yeah.
Okay, who do we got?
I got from the Detroit Lions, Penei Sewell.
Dog.
But he's a beast, bro. There's nothing much to say about him. He's one of the best in the league, and I think this year he's going to show why he is the best in the NFL.
I'm going to go with a little bit of a biased take here because it wouldn't be the D&G show without some bias. I have to have bias.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a Mr. Joe Alt.
I like it.
I think the loss of Rashawn Slater is going to put a lot of responsibility onto Mr. Alt's shoulders, and I think in his second season in the NFL, I think he takes that leap. As you pointed out before, we are a very much ground and pound team. And Mr. Harbaugh really focuses on the offensive line to be able to protect the run set and Justin Herbert when he's in the pocket. And I think Joe Alt's going to have a really good season. I think Joe Alt has to have a really good season if the Chargers are going to be a playoff team, because he is now by far and away the best offensive lineman that we have with Rashawn Slater going down. And I got to be a bit biased, man. If this is a sports show, I got to be a bit biased. I got to go with one Charger for these things.
Always, bro.
I'm going Joe Alt. Give me Joe Alt for protector of, what's it called? Protector of the year? That's
Protector of the year, yeah.
Protector of the year. Let's go with Joe Alt. Screw it. Okay. Now we are going to go, I think this is the last one, right?
Coaches, yeah, that's it.
Coach of the year.
Now we're going to stay on the Chargers route.
No
I'm gonna
shot.
I'm going to go with Jim Harbaugh.
Wow.
I believe in this Chargers team so much, man.
You believe more than the actual Chargers fan.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Like, if they can have a phenomenal season, win that division, then Jim Harbaugh should be up there for Coach of the Year. And I think he's a phenomenal coach, and I do think he's going to win Coach of the Year this year.
I appreciate your optimism, brother. I wish I could share the same optimism. Unfortunately, I cannot. I think he is one of the better coaches in the NFL. I think he has completely changed the culture. I was sick and tired of watching the Chargers under Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley.
You knew this.
Hated that guy, bro.
We were watching games together. You knew how mad I was
Yep.
at Brandon Staley and the Los Angeles Chargers, because I felt like at that time we had Mike Williams, we had Keenan Allen, we had Austin Eckler, we had Justin Herbert. The team was too good to see the baloney performances.
Yeah.
Coach of the Year, I am going to stay in a similar trend as you. I'm going to stay in Los Angeles. I'm going to go Sean McVay, Coach of the Year. I think the Rams are going to win the NFC. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Did I go Rams to win the NFC? I did, right?
You had Rams Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rams. But I don't remember if I had Rams 1 seed. I think I had Philly 1 seed, and I had the Rams 2 seed.
Yeah, you had the Rams 2 seed, yeah.
But I still think the Rams are going to be incredible. Give me Sean McVay, man. Give me Sean McVay, Coach of the Year. I think I'm high on the Rams this season. Obviously, I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit there because they're the other LA team. I don't want to see them do well, to be honest. I just want the LA team to belong to the Chargers, but I have to respect what the Rams have there. I think with the addition of Devontae, it's a scary team, man. Good running back, good quarterback. You have Puka on the other side. Good defense. Like, I just think they're stacked everywhere. So give me Sean McVay.
I love it.
Coach of the Year this season.
I love it.
Is that it? Are we?
Are
we done?
It. Yeah, man.
First episode of the D&G Show in the books. Bro, we're going to be dropping a ridiculous amount of content this season.
Yes,
we're going to be dropping weekly shows. We're going to be dropping predictions. We're going to be dropping reactions to games, to big games. We're going to be doing it all. So
maybe we'll do some watch-alongs for like Thursday night or Monday night football.
Yeah, we can do some big game watch-alongs too. Like, I mean, I know that when our teams are playing, we're a bit focused. But if you want, I'll do a Chargers watch-along. If you want to do a Bills one, we'll definitely get that sorted, man. So
yeah, for sure.
If you're a football guy like we are, man, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment on what you guys think is going to happen this season. Like I said, me and Dev are going to be dropping an absurd amount of content over here on YouTube, over on TikTok as well. So make sure you're staying up to date. Any last words before we sign off here, boss?
I would like to say I'm very happy with how this turned out, and it's something we've been talking about doing for a while now.
Long time.
I'm excited to go on this journey with you, brother.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna see where this content stuff takes us. So that is it for the very first episode of the D&G Show. We're gonna be back soon, man. NFL season's right around the corner. I can't wait.
It's right there, man.
Yeah, man. So that's us signing off. We'll catch y'all again very soon. Until next time, peace.